today, a brand new Kaizers Orchestra song was released. And for anybody that follows the channel knows, Kaizers Orchestra is my favorite band. Janove is my Janove, I believe is how you pronounce it. I've had a lot of people in comments tell me how to pronounce stuff. You know, speaking of pronouncing things, Chris, hold on. Yeah, here we go. Let's try to make people mad right off the bat. I feel like this is one of those things where Americans get the raw end of the deal here, right? Okay, so I'm a dumb, fat, balding American, right? So when I say things like Janov Otteson, right? Mm-hmm. And the people who speak that language are like, no, it's Janove Otteson, right? Mm-hmm. Janove. You have to go at the end. Janove, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that is the correct way to say that, right? And that's like a what kind of a noun is that, right? A proper noun, right? So that is the name of something, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But all around the world, aren't people who don't speak a language allowed to say things with their accent?
Yes.
Right? Like, think of the way a French person would say Pizza Hut, right? Or an Italian person, Pizza Hut, right? Mm-hmm. We say Pizza Hut. They might say Pizza Hut, or whatever, or whatever.
And one of the most interesting elements, versions of this that's happened to me in the last few years is when it's not even about the accent changing the way that the O's and the A's and stuff sound, but an emphasis on a two-word thing. Like the one that in question is Taco Bell, which is you go to Taco Bell. But a lot of people here, and that I've heard on TV before, it's Taco Bell. It's Taco Bell. It's not Taco Bell. It's Taco Bell. And it's like, those are exactly the same words, but one's got like this little uppity thing in it, and they move around. It's like, what is this even? This is a whole new different element of dialects and linguistics that I don't know anything about.
And that's, something that reminds me also as the way the announcers say Monday Night Raw on Monday Night Raw, right? To me, it's Monday Night Raw. Right?
Yeah.
But they say Monday Night Raw. And I'm like, no, that's incorrect.
No, that's
It's
weird.
Monday Night Raw, not Monday Night Raw. Stop it.
Yeah, it's not Night Raw.
But going back to my original point, right? My name is Patrick Musilek, right? But somewhere in Europe, someone might pronounce it as Patrick, right? Patrick, right? Yeah. Now, I feel like as an American, if I was to call them out on that and be like, no, it's Patrick, the whole world would be like, guns shoot me down from the sky. You can't tell them how to pronounce your name. Yet when I say Janov Otteson, they're like, you stupid American. I'm like, but it's my accent that says Janov Otteson, right? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I feel like that's a double standard.
It is.
That's a double standard. And you people everywhere else in the world are great, and I love you, and you make great music. So let's talk about Kaizers Orchestra, okay?
Boy, that was
so.
Yeah,
so
let's hear it.
Hopefully you all know what I'm talking about, and you feel guilty, and you have trouble sleeping tonight because you're terrible people, but you're not a fat, dumb, stupid, balding American, so you can rest easy. So there you go. Also, I have cancer, so feel sorry for me for that.
God.
Also,
talk about the song.
Wait, on that note, I actually have tomorrow my appointment.
This will be a 10-minute video.
I have my appointment tomorrow to finally get my head shaved. So I'm going to go get my head shaved. So let's...
So no more balding.
Yes, everybody take a moment to appreciate my hair. Or lack thereof. Can you see my skull?
I can see your head.
Well, oh, right, not the skull, but like the skin beneath the hair that you're not supposed to see.
Yeah.
Like, look at Chris's voluptuous hair that he has to go like this every 5 seconds in and make me jealous
seconds.
Every freaking 5 seconds.
That's why I do it.
We're talking and his hair just goes like, and I'm like, like, come on.
I'm glad it makes you jealous.
It does. It really does. I've had hats sitting here for a while. I can't find those wigs I bought last year for Halloween either. Anyway, Sorry everybody. It's getting late and I had an energy drink mixed with some. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It doesn't matter.
All of this could have been cut out.
It probably will be. So I love Kaizers Orchestra. Janov is one of my favorite vocalists of all time. Last year, Kaizers Orchestra got back together for the first time in 10 years after they released their last album in 2013. They took a scheduled 10-year break from the band. They got back together, toured all around Europe. Right now, as we speak, I believe, they are touring in the United States, unless that's done already. They may have done a quick tour, that was just like a week or 2 weeks, but they were in the United States touring. And I really hope that they were able to record one of their shows here, but I'm not sure. It was their first ever tour in the United States. I, of course, did not get to go see them because I hate live music and all that stuff. And
You'd
also,
go
I'm
to see them
poor.
if you could.
Oh, 100%. I would travel quite far to see them if I could. I think the closest they came was Minneapolis.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Which isn't that far. Like, that's within
Yeah.
a day's drive for me. But but I wouldn't have had anybody to go with me. I would be scared to drive on the
tough, yeah.
interstate. It's, I just whatever. So I didn't really bother with it, but I'm content to watch their live DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff. But last year they released a new song, and I was quite unimpressed with it, but I was happy that they were back and that they wanted to record something. And I think that song was recorded because they kind of wanted to get together, just see how it all felt being back together. They recorded a song that was quite a bit more electronic than I expected. There were more synths and everything, and it felt less Black Keys and more Imagine Dragons, I guess, something like that. And so we did a reaction to it. It's here on the channel. I forget what that song was called, but it wasn't in English probably, so I don't even know how to pronounce it anyway. But I was very happy that they're back. And then they spent a lot of time touring, and I did read a lot of people. They keep posting throughout the year on Facebook that they, their tour was going good. They were posting pictures. They're very much a live band, but they also do put a lot of effort into their studio albums. And so the last week or so, they've been posting this TTKF thing. And they're like, be the first to find out. And so I think you click on the link and it takes you to, they're from Norway. You click on the link and it takes you to this like newsletter thing you can sign up for. And then it basically what they're doing is they're having some special shows throughout Europe called the This is the Kaizer Family Tour. And they are promoting that very heavily. And so to coincide with that, they released whatever this song is. I have no clue. I don't know if this is a full song. I don't know if it sounds like a regular Kaizers Orchestra song. For all I know, this is them giving a 5-minute interview about this new show. I have no clue what this is. And so I really have no clue what this is. I'm hoping that this is the first song off of a new album that we'll get from them probably sometime next year. That would be my great hope. I expect, because their tour went so well, that they have been having so much fun being back together as a band, and that is just me based off of seeing them comment that throughout the last year. They've been touring very hard, but that is what they do. They tour super hard all over the place, having fantastic shows with lots of production value and everything put into it. And so I don't know, Chris, you've only heard a couple of their songs. Stuff I've only shown you, and we have only actually sat down like this and focused and really listened to one song on the channel so far.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was
that
the last one, wasn't it?
Right, and that was one that I was slightly disappointed in. So I'm excited to see that this is, almost 5 minutes long. Mm-hmm. I don't know what this is, like I said, and I'm slightly nervous about this, but I also am excited. It's weird to have a song called "This Is the Kaizer Family."
Yeah.
That is kind of weird, but I don't know.
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's just give it a listen and see what happens. This could be the beginning of what could possibly be my number one favorite album of next year. Maybe they'll surprise the crap out of us and be like, in 2 weeks, here's the new album. Like, I don't know. But generally, they're very good about like spacing stuff out and really promoting the crap out of stuff so people know what to expect. So I would expect that not to shadow drop something. I would expect them to build up to stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right, this is the Kaizer Family song with 1,200 plays only. Which let me check real quick. Kaizers Orchestra, 223 monthly listeners. That's actually more than I expected, so that's really great for a band that has not broken into the United States. That's actually really
223 monthly listeners?
Yeah, 223,000.
There we go. I was like,
yeah, sorry, 223,000 monthly listeners.
That's more. Yeah, that's more.
Yeah, and their number one song is Yurtkenozer. It's spelled HJERTEKNUZER. So Jürgenauser,
Sure.
no clue. But they, again, my favorite band, no clue what they say in any of their songs. I'm totally fine with that. But that's their number one song, and it has 45 million plays. It was a huge TikTok song in Europe and in their country in particular, which they're from, Norway. Okay. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and listen to this. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Quiet.
Quiet?
Start off. I had to turn the volume
Oh. I haven't adjusted it at all, but I don't know.
I'm a poet and I know it. Du ska få det här på rhyme. På norsk och tysk och engelska. I don't give a hope you don't mind. Hon ska gå för den.
Some English lyrics to tour in the United States with a song that has English lyrics. That's some crazy distorted guitar. They don't normally do that. Usually they have more surfy sounding guitars. Like surf rock.
I feel like this is really lacking the highs.
It is very weird to hear English words coming out of this band's mouth.
Are they all English?
No, just certain phrases. Very reminiscent of what a lot of Japanese bands do.
Yeah.
I love the production. Drums sound great, very close. Ooh, piano. Multiple tracks of guitar. Yeah, that's their organ type of thing.
This feels very, very soft and warm and doesn't have any highs.
Yeah, I don't know if something happened to your computer or what, but like to me it's the same volume as the bone stuff we were just listening to. Like I haven't adjusted
I didn't even turn it up too far, but it definitely felt way quieter.
Yeah, I'm not getting that feeling, and generally I point that out a lot, so I don't know. Clearly there's something wrong with you. Good Kaizer family. I can sing with it. Ooh. Right? That's the that instrument. Theremin. Yeah.
Yours truly, jag kan vara din kapellmästare. Och på trummor, basgitarr, jag kunde bästa. Make some noise for Devilens orkester.
Ooh, cheesy there. Make some noise and then the crowd noise comes in like.
This is the Kaizer family. It's time, it's time, it's time.
This is not part of an album. This is something they recorded to perform live in the United States. But hey, yeah, I'll take any new Kaizer song I can get. Oh yeah. Yeah. Ugh. I love that guitar tone. It sounds like it's just electronic interference.
Yeah, the buzzy.
Yeah. That's the same guitar tone he uses on my favorite song off his solo album, Artisten and Marlene. It is mixed like a live song, kind of, the way it sounds. go. Let's go. That was great. Weird to hear English. What are your thoughts there?
That didn't sound like super low pass to you. Like it was just so missing anything up high.
I did not feel that way. It was definitely boomy, but
Okay.
but I don't. To me, I would say that sounded good. Like that sounded
Okay.
more on the like good side rather than the negative side. Is that the best quality thing they've ever released? Absolutely not.
Sure.
However, if they had a whole album that sounded like that, I probably wouldn't be that disappointed.
Sure.
I don't think I would be disappointed. Yeah.
It wasn't miserable. It was just such a stark contrast from where we were that it was like, ugh, we're going somewhere new now. But
Yeah. No, I don't.
yeah,
I
it
did not feel that way.
was fine. It was, it's very much an anthemic, like stadium kind of song. Like, it certainly doesn't lend itself to a ton of commentary like other things they have might.
Yeah. Well, and I do feel like they do that kind of stuff a lot, but because it's not in English, it doesn't feel that way as much. Does that make sense?
Fair.
Like they
Yeah,
definitely
totally.
do lots of like gangy vocally type stuff like that, but the fact that it was in English and parts of it, that was
and some
very
of the-
interesting.
Yeah, and some of the lyrics are just like, make some noise, and then, this is the Kaiser family, and it was just so,
Generic, the English parts.
her off, her off, her us kind of thing. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
plenty of bands do it, and it's not any worse than any time any other band has done it, but
Right. And I mentioned the Japanese thing in there too. Like a lot of Japanese bands that I listen to, they just throw in English phrases. Like it'll just be Japanese, and then all of a sudden it'll be like the eternal flower blooms in the sunlight or something like that. And then they continue on, so they has,
yeah.
but also like Mook, for example, does have like one or two songs that are all sung in English, and are they kind of tough to listen to a little bit because it is such a pronounced accent.
Oh, sure.
But the interesting thing about that, before all the comments are like, "Oh, you're so stupid, you're a fake fan," I own a copy of Janove Ottesen's solo album that is only in English. So he did release a solo album in like 2007, I think, that is just English, and it's produced so incredibly different from anything that Kaizers Orchestra has ever made. It's very 90s influenced, but it is a very good album. It took me a while to warm up to it, but man, is that whole album fantastic. And it's all in English. It's a solo album from him, totally different from anything he's ever done since then. And that was when they were kind of maybe gonna try to break into the United States. I think that was around the same time that they did come to the United States to record a couple songs for their worst album, Mascarini. But I don't know. I liked that a lot more than the song we heard last year.
Sure.
And I was excited because I thought maybe I didn't, you guys can, the people watching the video, you can tell what I was confused about and stuff at the beginning of the video. Now, as soon as that song started playing, I was like, this is a song for them to play live in the United States so that people can kind of scream the F word with them out there, because that's what people in the United States like to do. But that, it makes sense. It makes sense. So I would hope, generally their albums are sort of like concept style albums where the songs connect and stuff like that. So I would hope that when they are ready to release a new album, that this probably wouldn't be on it, because it would feel out of place.
It probably, I mean, if it is on there, it's an opening, like an intro track, basically.
Right, or it could be like a bonus track or something, which I would absolutely be fine with. But I would hope that their whenever they get ready to release a new album, which I don't care how long it takes them, whenever they're ready for that, which they've had this plan. Like, again, they planned a 10-year break. They
Crazy.
Planned that.
Crazy.
So like, I'm sure they have time planned when their next album's supposed to come out and all that stuff, and they still sell out every show that they play everywhere around their country. So like, they are definitely doing their thing and doing it right. But I would hope that when they release their next album, that it sounds slightly better quality than this and is more. I wouldn't mind if they went in a different direction, because it has been 2013 was their last album, so it's been 11 years since their last album, which is a masterpiece Violetta Violetta Volume 3, which, Chris, I have said many times is my #1 favorite album of all time.
Yep, and I think I've tried to listen to it, and I don't know where that went, but yeah.
For sure. No problem. Definitely not for everybody.
Yeah. I'm not here to say it was bad. I just don't remember my reaction.
Right. It's the only album. It's the one that's like every song is like a James Bond song. Like their band is called Kaizers Orchestra, but they do not perform with an orchestra. But that album in particular has a full orchestra on every song. And every song was composed and written with the idea that the orchestra is the sixth member of the band or this whatever. Cool. So like that's such a special album. So like I wouldn't be surprised if they did something very different for their next album, but I do not want this. I don't want English mixed with their Norwegian accent and their Norwegian language. I want full on do the Kaizers Orchestra thing. Don't try to, shove stuff in there that doesn't necessarily belong in there, in my opinion, at least. Mm-hmm. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Let me know. I try to read stuff about them, and it's hard sometimes. I mean, I can hit the C translation button on Facebook, but sometimes, boy, does it not really make any sense at all. Yeah. So, let me know if there's stuff that I am misinterpreting about this or anything like that. Let me know in the comments. I know we have people who follow this channel or watch all of our Kaizers videos because I'm like one of the few people online that loves this band so much and will react to stuff. So let me know what's going on. Let me know, keep me up to date with stuff. And I really appreciate that. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. If we get more Kaizers Orchestra, we'll do more videos like this. Can't wait. Thank you so much, and we will see you all next time.